I am the cream of the crop. I am the yolk on top. It was in early 2024 that I decided to go to an idol show in Japan on a whim because my graduated VTuber Oshi really liked idols. Needless to say, I got hooked. I think we like idols. After I met and talked to two English-speaking idols there, Hyria, Haigumi, I realized every single idol has a story, be it why they chase this dream, their ups and downs, and even their future after all this. And that's what I'm here to do, to give idols around the world a spotlight beyond the stage and a place to tell their story. Every idol has a dream and a story to tell. This is IDOLEYEZ. Hello, it's me. I am the cream of the crop. I am the yolk on top. This is Mighty Eggy Drago. And yeah, it's been a while, right? Been what? When was the last time I was here for Made Size interview? That was what? Late January? So it's been quite a while, but I'm here. I'm back. You might ask why Ando took over for like, what, 2 months? It's because I was stuck in the Philippines. But also, I went to Japan. Woo! Kind of like last year. But yeah, might as well. Might as well have an episode about what I was doing for the past like 3 months. So yeah, not that interesting because there's no guest and it's just me, but might as well get through with this. So yeah, awesome. This is basically just a panel because if I just did Zatudan, it'd be terrible. So shout out to Canva. Might as well go through with this. Right, so very first thing that I went to or did, I flew in to Narita on March 19th. So March 19th, I checked into my hotel, or my Airbnb. Fun fact, if you, since I was staying for like 2 weeks, if I booked a hotel in like the main city area of Tokyo, I would have like paid $1,000 or like a little over $1,000. However, if you book a Airbnb like a little outside the city area, it's like half that. So it's half that, but it's also a little far. Takes like an hour to go to like Shinjuku or Akiba, but it's fine. But anyway, booked that, flew over from the Philippines to Narita, checked into my Airbnb, and then the very first concert, one of I think like 12 that I went to, was Kawanoru, Kokone Fumina's birthday. Sorry, I'm still jet lagged. Told you it was gonna be the worst episode ever. But this was in Shibuya, the game. And how did I find out about Kawanoru? I found out about Kawanoru from my friend Andre. Shout out to Australia. He's from Australia, but we became friends because we're both Ria Oshis. So we just talked about that, and then he sent me a bunch of like I guess posts from Kawanoru members, including Fumina and Yukidama. So I was like, cool. And then what was it? He was looking for a VIP ticket to this event, which was sold out, I think like within the first 10 minutes. But someone backed out, and then he got their ticket. So he had like a general ticket just on hand. So he just gave it to me. So I'm like, okay, I might as well go. So that's what I did. Yeah. First time seeing them, it was basically a one-man because it was just them. Main focus though was on Kokone Fumina since it was her birthday. She had a flasta, a balloon a balloon stand. But yeah, she had the main focus because she had several, I guess, solo songs. I'm trying to remember what she did. She did she she did Crime and Punishment by Sheena Ringo, which she started with, and I'm like, oh my god, because I remember Mayfei. Mayfei did that or covered that at God, Eternal Hoshi's summer event. I'm like, yo, my god, deep, not a deep cut, but like I was not expecting that. Was not expecting it here either at this Idol show, but she did that. She did a bunch of other songs. I think a little more rock oriented songs, but Karanoro is mostly cutesy, I'd say. Yeah, they're not alt, they're not rock, they're just cutesy, kira kira. But yeah, um, but however, I did have an Oshi in this group, and her name is Hino Yui. Um, so yeah, I liked her. She was the originally the yellow member of Kaoronoro, but I think after the lineup change, she became the red member, which is great, awesome. I love red, but for now, she was a yellow member. What else? Yeah, so Fumina solos, Kaoronoro, I guess group songs. That was like an hour and a half. That's cool. I got Checky with every member. However, I did get two Checky with Yui. Wahoo. So that's great. Um, yeah, I got two Checky with Yui, and I'm like, also, fun fact, my Japanese is so broken. I still really need to learn Japanese after all these years. Like 3 years of going to Japan, and I'm still just barely hanging by a thread. But you know, I have the power of Deep L sometimes to talk to them, and sometimes you can get by with like simple English. But so with Yui, I bought two Checkies. She was really into movies, so oh shit, yeah, she had something like a letterboxed where she rates movies, and I'm like, wow, I'll go through your page and see what movies I also watched. And so we talked about, what did we talk about? We talked about 10 Things I Hate About You. She talked about Billy Elliot. I think we talked about we talked about drama movies, and I'm like, have you seen the Before? I guess like the Before trilogy, which is Before Sunrise, Before Sunset, Before Midnight. And she was like, oh wow, no, I haven't, but she heard about it. I'm like, oh my god, wow. So yeah, we talked about movies. Uh, each techie was 2,000 yen, 1 minute of talking time per techie, which is cool. The other members, I didn't really have much to talk about, but oh yeah, since it was like the first time seeing them, I just like complimented how they performed. With Fumina, I talked about Crime and Punishment, the Crime and Punishment cover that she did. Oh, Fumina and Yukidama of that group, they would have graduated 2 days after. So yeah, I had to say my, I guess, not condolences, but you know what I mean. Sorry that I saw you for the first time, but it was also a few days before they graduated, so I'm like, oh, whoops. What else? Amu, who's like, I guess the main dancer, purple member. She was cool. Didn't really have much to say. I originally was supposed to get two Yui Chekis, Yukidama, Fumina, Amu, and then I saw Suima. She didn't really have anyone online, so I'm like, okay, I might as well buy a Cheki. So I bought a Cheki. She was friends with, or she knew of my Oshi, Ria, and also Sukasa, formerly of Crazy Fantasy. So I'm like, so we talked about them, which was cool. But yeah, that was basically it. Oh, no, not it. Afterwards, I hung out with Andre. We went to Caesarea, which you'll see a lot during this trip. I love me some Caesarea. I love me some 300 yen pizza. It's not the best. It is not. It's off. It's not awful, but it's like if you're drinking like cheap wine or really just need something, it's good. It is good. We also have like I think fried shrimp, breaded shrimp, and what did I get? I think this is carbonara. This is supposed to be carbonara, quote unquote, but got that. Yummy. I miss Caesarea. I think this was like, God, this is like 1,200 yen. I think that was my bill or part of my bill. So, yeah, did the Chekimeshi, Yui Chekimeshi. What else? Oh, Suima gave me her not business card, but her SNS card out of nowhere, which I'm like, okay, I'll take it, sure. Yeah. All right. Day 1 down. Might as well go to the next day. Alrighty. So, day 2, March 20th. This would be one of several times that I saw Crazy Fantasy, which was basically the main focus of this trip. Duh. But first time, or part 1, traveled to Nishikawaguchi, which is super duper far. I think it was like a little over an hour from my Airbnb. Crazy Fantasy don't really do this venue that much. God, I think the last time I saw them was at Gumi's birthday, which was in 2024 in this specific venue. But yeah, first time seeing Crazy Fantasy with their 2-person lineup, because last year they were in their 4-person lineup. Completely missed their 6-person lineup. Back to 2, back to indie. But yeah, I think I have a clip for here. That. So yeah, cool. That was at Nishikawaguchi. Saw them with Andre, by the way, still hanging out. Since he still had a little time, yeah, because this was right before or the day before Fumina and Yukidama's graduation. So yeah, awesome. Saw them at Bupon. They had a new thing. Well, was that really new? They had like a board game thing where you had to roll dice, and every single part of the actual board had different things that you could get, like free stickers, free bromide, or free old bromide, or which is gonna be a very common thing on this trip, is just me getting slapped. It's getting slapped, getting cursed, bunch of different ways, which awesome, right? And this was I think this is just Ria cursing me, right?
Oh, welcome back to Japan. Now you're about to get cursed by me. The curse is you must come to every single Crazy Fantasy related event while you're in Japan. No breaks allowed. None. Absolutely no breaks allowed. Except you have to drink water at least. It's reasonable. I'm not torturing you too much, but you must have every single show. Well, then you've been cursed now, so you have.
So yeah, got cursed. I basically went to every single Crazy Fantasy show, so that That was basically true. That was in the Kawaguchi show. What else? So between that show and their set at Cosmic Lab, I had a bunch of time. So not really pictures or pictured. I didn't have any pictures at all. But in between that, I went to what was it? Shinjuku Club Science. Shout out Shinjuku Station. I hate that station so much. But went to Club Science because I wanted to see who did I want to see? I wanted to see Bokurai, and specifically one of their members, Yui, aka Candy Monster. I saw Candy Monster last year. They did a Taiban alongside Crazy Fantasy. Wanted to get Checky, completely forgot to get Checky. But now this year I had time, so not the last you'll see of, or you'll hear of me talking about Yui. But yeah, saw them. Bokurai is kind of rock-esque, punk-esque. I think the English name for their group is like My Teenage Punk Story. So runs true, basically. Saw them alongside, who are the standouts during that show? There was a group called Ziga, Ziga, and all their outfits were all over the place. You had a member with a mask. You had a member in a suit and like a top hat. You had a member with glasses. You had, actually, hang on. Can I just like check how what were they wearing? Right. So there was a member with a suit and a beret. A member with a regular idol outfit. A member with a gigantic bow on her head. Member with glasses and a bear hat. A member with a whip and a small top hat, and a member with a mask. So I'm like, cool. That group at Bupan had a thing where, like, if you followed their group page on Twitter, and I think a specific member that you wanted to take Checky with, you got a free Checky. So I did that. I got a Checky with, what's her name? Sub or Sub? She was basically the member with glasses. So I'm like, yeah, awesome. A little bit of a language barrier because I had to just use, my phone and DeepL. So not that much to talk about other than like, hey, first time seeing you guys and you look awesome on stage. And she was like, cool. But yeah. Oh, also did get Checky with Candy Monster, or Candy Monster Yui from Bokurai. I think I talked about, what did I talk about? Oh, I talked about, I think like 2 years ago that Yui was the very first person that sold me a Checky by accident in her old group, and she was so excited to talk about her old group. But yeah, I think I talked about this like 2 years ago, but very first time I got a Checky was by complete accident. So I was at Bupan, at Justice at Emo 7's table, which was Yui's old group. Most of the members from Emo 7 went into Bokurai, but at that table, because Yui was running the merch table and just taking cash and taking orders. So I think I pointed at a CD or a sticker because it was like 500 yen. And she didn't know. I think she got confused and thought I wanted a Checky. So she gave me a Checky ticket for one of the members that was graduating. So I was like, oh no, what is this? I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know what a Checky was. So yeah, so she sold me a Checky ticket, and I got Checky with a member. And that was the very first time I had to communicate with Google Translate. But told her that story 2 years later, and she was like, oh my god. I don't think she got the full context because broken translation, but I think she was just excited to talk about her old group. So I'm like, yeah, Afterwards, still had a little bit of time. Went to a Gyudon place. I think Sukiya. Yeah, went to Sukiya. Um, ate with Andre. And then we went our separate ways because he had to go to Okawanoru Taibon, which was one of their last, I guess, performances before Yukidama's and Fumina's graduation. So went our separate ways. I went to Akihabara, first time for this trip, and to Cosmic Lab, which ironically was where Gumi's birthday event was last year. So Nishikawaguchi was where she had her birthday in 2024. Cosmic Lab was where she had her, I guess, birthday live as Tabanai Gubi from Crazy Fantasy. So that's cool. I think. Okay, yeah. So I have like one clip on here. Oh yeah, first time seeing them perform "Win or Die" because they would have debuted this song at their Respawn live alongside Onigiri. So oh no, I saw them perform that at Nishikawaguchi, but I did record this clip at Cosmic Lab. So yeah, "Win or Die" is good. Probably their best song out of their discography, out of their 8 songs. So that's cool. And because I went to both shows and went for Crazy Fantasy for both shows, I got a free selfie, which is cool. What was it? We did 3 because it was a 3-day weekend because of a holiday, which is cool. But also, because of the dice game, I rolled the dice, and I got the option to get smacked. Or, yeah. So, here's Gumi.
I'm gonna be attacking Vinny today. I'm gonna give you full power to the back. Here I go. Elias, stand up.
Yeah. Oh, I was not expecting Gumi to have that hard of a smack. But
I'm gonna.
yeah, was not expecting that. Was expecting a little little softer. But yeah, did that. Cosmic Lab. So Nishikawaguchi and Cosmic Lab down. I think one of, I guess, 6 times I saw Crazy Fantasy / Gumi. So yeah. Day 2. Day 3, March 21st. So a little bit of a change here. This is at Shinjuku Biscay, which now does not even exist anymore. It's like, oh man, Biscay closed a month after I saw Crazy Fantasy, so like in April, because they closed down. Well, first of all, they canceled like one Taibon because they're like, oh my god, we have plumbing problems or plumbing issues with the pipes. So they canceled and closed down shop for like one Taibon, and then I think a few days after, they're like, they sent out a whole letter saying, yeah, we gotta cease operations. And then I think yesterday, it wasn't just Biscay that closed, it was the entire complex. So it was just Biscay, which was on the 2nd floor. I think, what was here? 5th floor was something. 6th floor was a yakiniku place. 7th floor was an izakaya, I'm pretty sure. So all of this closed down like a month after, which sucks. But I love Biscay. I loved Biscay in past tense, but Biscay was where I first saw Crazy Fantasy in their 4-person lineup last year, and then I would have seen them. God, I would have seen them. I think 3 different times at Biscay last year, but a little bit of a change. As I was taking this picture of the I guess the artists on that were advertised, because you have to ride an elevator down to go to Biscay. It was at the basement level, but as I was taking this picture, Gumi, I guess popped out of the elevator. She was walking by, and I was like, "Oh my god, whoa!" And then I didn't want to bother her, and also, unpaid talking time is not good here. So I just nodded, and then she nodded, but I saw her, and then the Crazy Fantasy Twitter was like, "Yeah, Ria can't make it." So this basically turned into a impromptu Tabaru Gumi set. I was not expecting that, because I think the first time I would have seen Gumi on this trip was supposed to be, I think, the 29th. So a little a little more than a week earlier, I would have just seen Gumi do her solo stuff. So she was running she walked out of Biscay because she needed her solo CD, because she only had the group CD. So yeah, awesome. Yeah, because I was not expecting that. So she did, I think, 3 songs as Gumi, as Tabaru, but just in her Crazy Fantasy gear, which is weird to see. But this won't be the last time you see this. But yeah, saw her. I was in the back, which, yeah. So as you can see, this gigantic zero. If you were in the back row, it was free, quote unquote, but you had to pay like 600 yen for the drink ticket. 5,000 yen to be up front, 2,000 yen to be in the middle, which doesn't really matter because like there's not that much distance. Like, look, I'm in the back, but I can still have like a really good view of Gumi performing. So didn't really that much. So I basically saved 5,000 or like 4,400 yen that I would have used on Checky anyway. So did that, got Checky with Gumi. Usually I would have gotten like 5 Checky per member. So the day before I would have, because it was like a two show day. So I would have split it. So I would have done 3 Ria, 3 Gumi for Nishi Kawaguchi, and then 3 Ria, 3 Gumi at Cosmic Lab. Since it was just solo Gumi, I think I just did 3 checkies, so 6,000 yen. Yeah. Afterwards, I saw this diner. I saw this diner on TikTok, which claimed to have the best burgers in Japan. Did I talk about it? I didn't talk about it on the JP trip talk last year, but I had so many burgers last year in Japan that weren't that great or were just mediocre. So I was like, when I heard that this place had good burgers, I'm like, yeah, I might as well go. So went to, what was it? American Diner Andras. So this was, I think, like 50 minutes away from Shinjuku, so I had to take a train. was a gigantic line to get in, and also like I think the max cap inside the actual diner is like 10 people. So I had to wait in line for maybe I want to say 20 minutes. But this place this place had like so many gaijin. Just people wanting to have a good burger. Cause like the people in front of me, they were from Canada, I'm pretty sure. The couple behind me, they were from Germany, and then the people behind them, they were from New York. Yeah, I love me some American Diner Andra. Well, what was this burger called? Oh my god! But this burger was just split in half, smash burger style, and just served on a whole like a hot plate of cheese, which is great. Oh my god. Did a little checky mashy. Had me a Dr. Pepper, some fries. I think this was like 3,000 yen, which is a little pricey, but you know what? For the price of a really good burger in Japan, I might as well take it. Did that. Yeah. That was day 3. Up next. What was this? Yeah, March 22nd. That would have been day 4. Back to Cosmic Lab again. So this was supposed to be a Crazy Fantasy set. Rio couldn't make it, so it basically became a Gumi set. So when I got into the venue, I saw Gumi. I saw Gumi hand over, I think, her solo instrumental CD to production. So, yep, this was very spontaneous. So, yeah, saw Gumi again at Cosmic Lab this time. So yeah, very much. Her set was very much different. Not really different, but like she was basically the only soloist here. This was mainly all groups. So yeah, Ria not really, I guess, like calling out for justified reasons. Just made Gumi the only soloist here. Saw her perform like way super duper close, which is kind of crazy that like I'm able to just be upfront without paying that much of a premium. But saw her perform, got my checky. I think this time I got like 6 checky. Yeah, did my dice game, had the option to get smacked again.
Wow, BD got another attack, so I'm attacking him again. This is called shite in Japanese. いきますよ、せーの。
I think that was the lightest. That was the lightest attack that that Gumi did, and it still hurt. But yeah, slap on the wrist. Last time I got smacked in the back with both hands, so that's great. Yeah, not that hard, but a little hard anyway. Cosmic Lab down, I think. Yeah, this is 2 out of the 3 Cosmic Lab sets that I did. What was the day after? Oh, yeah. So this would have been... Whoa, that... that photo did not even load. What the hell? But next day, went to Shinkuanji Loft. Yeah, so saw Crazy Fantasy, this time with Ria. Ria was able to make it. Finally. But yeah. Oh yeah, first time seeing them in their dungeon outfits, so that's cool. All black with their capes. I think influenced by Attack on Titan. So saw them. Rhea finally back after like two shows that she missed. Got my checky. Oh, Loft sucks. Loft sucks in terms of Boopon, because everyone is just like, it's a small venue, but everyone is just crowded, in different spots, and it was very crumped up. Where was? Yeah. So Crazy Fantasy would have been like right next to the exit slash entrance, and then like couple meters away was another group with a small table, and it was so I hate crowded spots. But got my checky, got my 6 checky. I think I got 3 Rhea, 3 Gumi. Did the dice game. I think I had the option to get cursed. So what did Gumi say?
I gotta get cursed today. The curse today is that you have to learn Japanese.
Oh no.
From today, you can do the calls and the mixes, and you can be loud, and you can be great. And you get to communicate with all the other fans that we have as well in Japan. So you're gonna learn Japanese, and you're gonna be perfect at it. Nihongo sugoi, Nihongo jozu. You are going to get cursed. Thank you.
Yeah, I still need to learn Japanese. We're pretty terrible still, like absolutely terrible, and I need to refresh this. Oh, there it is. There we go. Or not. Okay, whatever. But at this show, well, not not out of the blue, but like I saw that Rose from Oyasumimi was going to Japan around the same time, so I'm like, hey, you want to see Crazy Fantasy? And I gave her a bunch of shows that she could go to, so she went to this one at Loft X. So I met Rose. I did Checky Meshi. It's not here, but I think we went to Matsuya. I ordered a beef bowl. I did a Checky Meshi with her Checky, just right next to her. And then after, during that, we just talked about what we did on our trip. And then before we went our separate ways, we took a selfie. Rose is cool. I love Oyasumimi. But yeah, that was Crazy Fantasy at Loft X. God, there's so many lofts in Japan. It's crazy. There's Flowers Loft, right? Loft Flowers. There's Loft X. What did Kumi like mention? Like 5 different lofts, but that was March 23rd. March 24th. Wow, this is not loading that well. Wow, awesome. Woo! Love me, Canva. Is it gonna load here? It will, finally. But yeah, March 24th was not a Taibon, but it was basically an off-kai, kind of an off-kai at Ueno Park. Another photo shoot because it was Sakura season. So yeah, last year they also had a photo shoot during the Sakura blossoming at Ueno Park. Did that, talked about that last year. But this year, instead of, I think last year I did 2 Gumi slots and then 1 Rhea slot. This year I did 3 Gumi slots and then 1 Rhea slot, because originally I booked 2 Gumi slots, and then Gumi tweeted out that like she had 1 more slot open. Each slot was 50 minutes each. I'm like, for 50 minutes for 10,000 yen, I might as well. So I booked that. So I basically saw Gumi for like a little over an hour, little over 2 hours. So that was awesome. So this was basically just me talking for like, yeah, with Gumi, it was just walk and talk where I just took photos. I still need to edit the photos from my actual camera, but some of these photos are just from my iPhone. Yeah, this is basically just a walk and talk, because this was during, there was a bunch of like stands for food and drinks because of the Sakura blossoms. So Gumi and I had like highballs, and then Rhea and I had wine coolers, pretty sure. Yeah, you can see that. You can see that on the table. But yeah, basically just walk and talk and then take photos. During one of Gumi's slots, we were like sitting down. Yeah, we were sitting down at a water fountain, just talking, and then this guy comes up to us, speaks in full Japanese. He realizes I don't speak Japanese, so he starts to speak in English, and he's like, "Hi, I'm a business major, something something something." He pulls out a Checky camera, an Instax camera, and he's like, I don't know what he was talking about, but he was like, I think he wanted to take a photo of us with his Checky camera and sell it to us. And then Gumi was like, no, no. And then she had to call over staff to, I guess, diffuse the situation. Staff was like, hey, this is a special event. Please don't bother them. And he's like, okay. And then he just got shooed away. But yeah, first time that happened, someone wanted to sell Checky of us. But yeah, it's a little weird that happened. But yeah, talked to Gumi for like 150 minutes, or basically just spent time with Gumi for 150 minutes, a little over an hour. That's cool. With Ria, that was like at like, God, 7? No, that was like 8 p.m. So we were just walking around. Stuff started to close down because like it was super late. Didn't take that many photos of Ria because with Ria, we talked so much that I forgot to take photos. So I think like I had like 1 minute left from the 15 minutes. So I was like, hey, do you want to take photos for this 1 minute? And she was like, okay. So I just like rapid fired a bunch of photos with both my pro camera and then my iPhone. I think this one is just from my iPhone. And then I took selfies with everyone. Yeah, tradition. But yeah, you'll probably see like the professional, I guess, quality photos on Instagram later. Maybe like next week. But yeah, I miss this. I love talking, I just love talking to idols. That's why IDOLEYEZ exists. And, you know, just getting to, I guess, chat for more than like a minute or 5 minutes with live and in person for like 10,000 yen is awesome. So I'm grateful and fortunate that Gumi was able to book this, because I did ask, I think before the trip I did ask for a lot of shows and a bunch of off-kais and photo shoots that I could do during my time there. So yeah. Oh yeah, prior to this trip I did ask for a bunch of shows that they could do during my trip. I gave Gumi like when I was flying in and when I was flying out. And then I think this is rare because like they usually do like 3 shows a week or 2 shows a week. I think there was like way more than that. She booked like a show a day, which is kind of crazy that happened. But thanks, Gumi, for giving me several opportunities to see you guys. So yeah, Sakura blossoms, cool. With Ria, I didn't have any photos of the Sakura in the background except for this, I guess. But like, yeah, I basically forgot because we were talking so much. Yeah, I will cherish this moment with the both of them. My face. Anyway, that was the 24th. I think 25th I had nothing scheduled. Yeah, 25th I had nothing scheduled, no Taiwan scheduled, so I just had to. I went out of the city to spend time with my aunt, which was cool. 26th was at Cosmic Lab again. I think this would have been the final Cosmic Lab set that I went to. So yeah, this was Crazy Fantasy. This time Ria couldn't make it, so it was just Gumi, Tsukasa, and Mikuru, formerly of Crazy Fantasy, but sometimes are associated with Crazy Fantasy. It's weird. But now they're currently in a group or a duo called World of Cheese. Yeah. For this set, this was, I guess, their early April Fool's set. So they dress in danso, or they dress as dudes. Um, yeah, you could see Gumi with a coconut head, blonde coconut head here. And they basically did crazy fantasy songs and then one cover, which was RPG. So yeah, saw them in Danso, got Cheki. What did I get? I got an unsigned Cheki with Mikuru, an unsigned Cheki with Tsukasa. Wasn't the last time I saw them because they would have been at Gumi's birthday, literally the day after. But got Cheki with Gumi. I don't remember their Danso name, but did the dice game again, and once again I got smacked. I gave Gumi the option to just chop my chest, which is what happened here.
He's getting attacked again today, so I will be hitting him on the chest. So here I go.
That legit hurt. I don't know why. I don't know why I was expecting Gumi to not hit as hard. Because, like, she hit hard the first time. She kind of hit hard the second time. But, yeah. That left a bruise, by the way, on my chest. Yeah. love Gumi. That was the 26th. 27th would have been Gumi's birthday at Akiba Galaxy. So, yeah. Here's the flower stand that I donated to. I think you can't even see it. Can you see it? I'll just like. But yeah, I am second row here with my government name because Crazy Fantasy just know me as my government name and not Eggy. So, yeah. What was I gonna say? Holy shit. Yeah. So with Gumi's birthday, last year she would have had 2 different birthday events, one as Tabanai Gumi and the other as Tabaru Gumi. This time it was just her. So it was just one at Akiba Galaxy, which is basically her home, her residency. She always performs here, like every single week. And then they would have had, yeah, they would have performed here with Giri the month prior. So yeah. All right. Yeah. So the very first set that happened was Gumi, or solo Gumis. They're just Tabaru Gumi set and a t-shirt. Who else performed there? Blue Bear, Taito, World of Cheese, which you couldn't like take photos or video of, and then it was Crazy Fantasy. It was Gumi, then Ria, and then for the encore they brought out Mikuru and Tsukasa, which was cool. Yeah. Oh yeah, Gumi had like a special outfit, which is basically kind of a variation of last year's outfit with the green and the white like flowy parts on her arm. But yeah, cool. Bupan happens. Oh wait, yeah. Idol Shikaku performed here. I wanted to get Checky with Choka, and I'm like, I gotta decide because like Crazy Fantasy already had like a long ass line, so I had to commit to just going to Crazy Fantasy. With a board game, I got the option to do a high touch. Did that with Ria.
Time for us to do a high touch. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, cool. Afterwards was Gumi's. Oh wait, no. Before that, I saw Nae at Shinjuku Biscay, which would have been the last time I would have been at Biscay. And Nae is great. Oh my god, like she is legit a one of a kind talent. So, she did like a 15-minute set. It was way early in the morning. I think it was like 10 a.m. So yeah, even then. Oh my god. And also, Naya was staffing at Gumi's birthday. She was taking Checky. And that would have been, god, she would have, or I think the both of us would have been out of her birthday around like 9 or 10. So yeah, not a lot of time to take a rest because she was, I think, the second person on stage at like 10 a.m. So yeah, saw Naya. That was great. If you're ever in Japan, and it feels like Naya has a set at least once a month or twice a month. Watch her. She's great. She's awesome. She deserves a lot more love, especially in Japan. But afterwards, I went to. Oh yeah, Gumi had like 2 different off-kais. She had a birthday party, which is in Akiba. Basically spent time with a bunch of her fans alongside Fredo. Shout out Fredo. The last year I would have been the only Gaijin fan going to like most of her shows. This time Fredo from England made me very comfortable because like I was not the only Gaijin here. This is great. But yeah. Spent time with a bunch of her fans. She cooked some food. She cooked pasta and I think like meat pies, or what do you call it, pasties? Or just meat pies. Yeah, you know what, whatever. Brought that, had that. I think someone brought Burger King, which was cool. And yeah, this was like a 2-hour party that I was at. Spent time, got champagne, which she popped on video.
Thank you, baby, for the champagne. いただきます。います。せーの。ごめんなさい。ありがとう。
Yeah, so that was cool. Afterwards there was a 1-hour like gap because in between that, or afterwards, it would have been her limo off-kai where yeah, it was like 6 of us and Gumi and her staff inside a limo, and we just drove around Tokyo and just took pictures. Yeah, gigantic ass Hummer limousine. But yeah, she switched out of her casual outfit into her birthday outfit, which was cool. Look at me. We took a photo. I'm so drunk here. I think, what did I have? I had 3 highballs. I think at that point, 4 or 5 champagne glasses. So I was pretty much gone, a little gone. But yeah, my hair's just messed up. Good Lord. Yeah. So with this, we drove around. We took photos. We stopped. We took photos of, I guess, the scenery. We took photos in front of a lake, which was cool, I guess. I don't know when Gumi's gonna post those photos. It's been like a month. It's a little over a month now. But yeah. God. The party was like 10,000 yen. Limousine off Kai was 20,000 yen. A little pricey, but for the experience, for the first time being in a limo, that was pretty cool. First time drinking champagne was with Gumi in 2024. First time riding a limo was in 2026, also with Gumi. So a lot of first times here. But yeah, 28 done. Wow, I didn't realize I auto played. But 29 was a 2-parter. Once again at Loftex. This would have been Ida Shikaku's, I guess, sponsored show where they revealed their newest member, Kaguya. Yeah. So saw Crazy Fantasy for the last time on this trip. Saw Ria for the last time on this trip as well. So that meant I had to get a bunch of checky from her. Yeah. And also,
Twice was enough, so here's a 3rd slap for you. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Quiet!
oh, that was the last one. That was the last one. This was the first one.
Geki gets a double cold Geki from the Ria before you go.
Take this home to America with you. Ready?
One more.
Yeah, so I got slapped like 3 different times. Well, face smacked twice, chopped in the chest once, and that hurt. I don't know why this is an option, but people loved it on Twitter. So I was like, I might as well do it again. Because like an extra dice roll on the board game was 500 yen. So I had an extra spare 500. And then I also got a checky of Ria for the back of my phone. So, because my phone is purple, so I might as well get the purple member on my phone. Yeah. What else? Oh, I also got checky with Choka. It would have been like the first time seeing Choka in 2 years, because the last time I was seeing her was at Northwest Idol Fest 2024. Got a checky. Had a little chat. We talked about Ria and Gumi. Which is cool. But yeah, that was Loftex. I also would have at night. This would have been the afternoon. This would have been like 1 p.m. And then in the evening would have been Gumi at Akiba Galaxy once again. As I said earlier, she really is she just lives there basically. So I'll go me once again. This time I guess properly, because like this would have been the first time seeing her in her actual solo outfit instead of just her in her crazy fantasy outfit. But yeah, cool, awesome. Got a selfie with her. Yeah. 30th, I had no Taiwan scheduled. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So, in between this 1 year, I was just buying Checky from Crazy Fantasy and Gumi and just having it sent to my friends, Santiago's place. Yeah, love Santiago. So, we hung out in Akiba. We went to an izakaya, a legitimate izakaya. Had a bunch of beer. Had like French fries. I think we had tempura, but very first time going to an actual izakaya. I went to Chiba-chan, I think right after one of Gumi's Cosmic Lab sets, which was cool. They had gigantic servings, but I'm pretty sure I got gaijin taxed because they gave me the English menu, and I compared the prices on the English menu and the Japanese menu, and it's like a difference of like 200 to 300 yen, which is great. But yeah, hung out with Santiago. If I, Santiago would be great on IDOLEYEZ, but he kind of declined. But yeah, it was great talking to him about the idol scene, some updates on groups that he was into. His Oshi graduated, so we talked about that. And then I got my package, 1 year's worth of Checky. God, it was like so much. It was at least 100 Checky. A little more than what's shown here, but yeah. Afterwards, after the izakaya, I was still hungry, so I went to I went to Sizeria again. Yeah, love me some Sizeria. I got 2 pizzas, if you can see. I had 2 pizzas, some chicken wings, spaghetti. Good lord. I think Doria. I think that's what it's called. Yeah. But yeah, this was at least 2,000 yen. And then, not pictured, I got like 2 things of focaccia. So, yeah. Love me some Sizeria. I miss Sizeria so bad. I miss like mediocre, technically not Italian food. But yeah. Afterwards, day after, I went to Lavis, or Ikebukuro Lavis, to watch Bokurai / Candy Monster one more time. Yeah. So, this would have been the 3rd time I saw Candy Monster. The 2nd time I would have seen Bokurai. So, yeah. I got Checky with Candy Monster Yui. As you can see, probably my Oshi out of that group. And then I also got a selfie. I think this was free, cause I went to the Taiwan just for Candy Monster, so I got a free selfie. And then I also got a Checky with Nano, cause Nano would be graduating the month after, so I wouldn't have any time to see her. So, yeah. God, what am I saying? Yeah, I didn't get to see her that much. Yeah, I only got to see her twice on this trip. But during this talking time, I was like, it was great seeing you. It's a shame that I couldn't see you a few more times before graduation. Yada yada, and she was grateful. She lost her voice because they were in Sendai, and I think they did a couple shows, so she lost her voice, but she still sounded great. Yeah, it sucks that I couldn't see her. I couldn't see Fumina and Yukidama a lot more before they graduated, but at least I saw them. So yeah, this would have been the last Taiwan that I would have gone to, and this was at Gotanda G3, aka near Gotanda Station, and this was just a solo Gumi set. So saw Gumi again. This was her April Fool set, which meant she did Muscle Zipper, which was like her song where like she makes the entire crowd do squats and knee lifts, and I haven't done squats in forever, so I basically destroyed my knees squatting. Thanks, Gumi. That hurt. That hurt the day after. Like I had to go to the airport and stand, and that sucked. That hurt. My knees hurt so bad. But saw Gumi once again. Final time seeing her on this trip, so I had to make it worthwhile. I think I bought like 10 checky or 9 checky and then 1 selfie. So yeah. I don't know what else to say other than I really want to go back to Japan, and being stuck here in Vegas, I guess I don't want to take anything for granted, because like in Tokyo you had like so many places to watch several different events, and in Vegas you have nothing. And even though like there's the SoCal scene, and then the Midwest scene, and then the East Coast scene. Shout out to Water Sans Frontieres. Shout out to Asioru. It's very much not, as often as Japan, but it makes sense because like everyone is spread out so much. But yeah, the convenience of going to so many shows in that like short amount of time. God, I want to do that again. I want to go back so bad. And probably going back for Gumi's birthday next year. So, yeah. And then here's the checky that I got during this trip from Gumi. Yeah, that's so many. And then in the meanwhile, in between my last trip last year and then this trip, I also bought checky, or proxy bought checky from Gumi. Just a bunch of one-shots. So there's a bunch here. I think there's at least like 60, I'm pretty sure. Basically 1 per show. This is great. And then here's all the Ria checky that I got. Last one from the photo shoot. Yeah. Oh, Jesus. Okay. So, even though this is mostly about Japan, I stayed in the Philippines. Last year, I didn't really do much in the Philippines. I didn't realize that there was a scene in the Philippines until like way after I flew out. But yeah, I think the very first event that I went to was Idol Raku 2, which is a lot of bands and a lot of idol vocalists there. I think that was also the very first time I met Ju. From MuseKiss in real life, and she was awesome. Not the last time I would have seen her, because I would have seen her when I went to see Kamen Joshi at ToyCon Prologue or Mini ToyCon. Yeah, that was great. First time seeing Kamen Joshi. First time seeing Fairy Tales, which is a Nagoya group, and sometimes they go here, which is great. Their entire gimmick was basically the LED lights on their outfits. Saw Fairy Tales. They were awesome. I got so signed Checky was 1,000 yen. Basically $15, which is pretty reasonable. Oh, no. It was 500 yen. Basically $10. So I got 2 Checkies. One Checky with, I think her name was Sana, which was the yellow member, and Uran, who is the pink member. So, yeah. 500 yen, 50 seconds of talking time, which is cool. Alongside them, I saw Festa. I just realized they can't see me because of the... You can't see that. But yeah, Festa was cool. I got a check-in with their leader, Kyuku. And oh my god, my ears. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I got a check-in with Kiku, who's their leader. I'll probably have them on the show probably in a few months. Wink wink, nudge nudge. Saw Kamen Joshi at ToyCon, which is cool. Kamen Joshi was cool, even though their set got plagued with a lot of delays because this was supposed to be at 6 p.m. It got delayed. It got bumped up to like 7:30, and I was about to leave at like 7 o'clock, and then Ju was like, "Hey, they're performing," so I had to run back. I had to run back to the outdoor area to see them. I caught like half of their set, which is cool. But yeah, we love scheduling problems and scheduling delays. But other than that, I also saw Musekis for the first time. I saw Ju finally perform with her group. This was their subunit, Ziam and Ju, so Ziyu. Yeah, that was cool. They did 3 by Kobo and Marine. Yeah, got another selfie. I think I got like 2 checkies from Ju, and then 1 checkie each of Sunny and Ziam. So that's awesome. I don't know what else to say other than I really hope the Filipino idol scene keeps on growing. I know there's like, you know, it's been on a plateau for a bit, but hopefully something will grow out of it. Anyway, yeah, as you can see, this was the worst episode ever. I'm still jet lagged. I just yapped with no one else here. Oh my god, Rose! Oh my god, this you caught me at the tail end of the stream. But yes, I did talk about watching Crazy Fantasy at Loft X and then hanging out with you. So be sure to check that on the VOD tomorrow. But yeah, thanks Rose for tuning in. No, you're good. I know, it's fine. But yeah, just talked about the trip. I don't really have a lot to say, and I'm jet lagged, so my brain is kind of messed up. But yeah, I love the trip. I want to go back to Japan. I want to go back to the Philippines now that I know that there's an idol scene here. But yeah, nothing else to say other than stand Crazy Fantasy. Stan Muskiss. Stan Oyasumimi. But yeah, that's it for this episode. I'm not really gonna have like a clip on Instagram. You'll find it, but yeah, I'll rest up. I woke up like literally 2 hours ago. I slept. God, I think I slept at like 12 p.m. I was up at like 2 a.m. doing whatever, playing Tomodachi Life. But yeah, that's my life. I really need to like wake up. But we'll be going back to normal next Thursday. We're gonna have a guest on the show. We'll probably hint at it tomorrow. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you so much for tuning in. If you're tuning in on twitch.tv, thank you so much for tuning in. But I will be heading out right now so I can take a nap. Take care, brush hair, be kind, rewind. We'll be going to the ending screen. Bye bye.